What's up guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Jake. Welcome to the JD Cars Automotive YouTube channel. Please be sure to go check us out at jd-cars.com. Follow us on Instagram at jd.cars, and please be sure to subscribe for more content. So today, we're finally gonna be starting the wrap project on the F30. I've already begun with a full deep cleansing of the car, including a full wash, 2-bucket method, and then I spent the majority of today clay barring the entire vehicle. It was my first time, so it took me a while, but I feel pretty good about it. The paint is in very good condition all the way around. I got all of the, well, never get all of it, but I got a lot of the contaminants out. It feels really smooth, and I feel really good about the prep I've done thus far. So I feel ready to start the wrap, and I think we're gonna start off with the front fenders here. I would like to start off with the hood. You know, a traditional hood really isn't too difficult. It's just a lot of surface area, but with all these raised body lines in my hood and my plan to lay knifeless tape, I think I should probably start off with the fenders. They do have this recess here, but I think they'll still be easier than this complex hood. So that's where we're gonna start off today. If you watched my video of me clay barring the car, you would already know that I pulled off this fender trim right here. There's a little grill that goes right here and then a piece of trim there. And I was able to access that really easily in this cavity here. But over on the passenger side here, if you're familiar with the F30, you'll know that we have our windshield wiper fluid reservoir in the passenger side fender. And that makes getting in there to remove this almost impossible. So yeah, we're gonna be removing both fenders from the car. I mean, this isn't something I typically see people do. Everyone has their different ways. Some people wrap with every panel on the car. Some people take off the front and rear bumper. You know, it's entirely up to you what you wanna do. I do have my hesitations about wrapping the fenders on their own, not attached to the car, just because they're such a light panel. Compared to, I don't know, say taking off the hood. That has a lot more weight to it, so it's not going to get dragged around when we're adjusting the vinyl. So that is a concern of mine. We're going to see how it works out, but I do definitely have to remove the fender from the car, at least just to remove this trim. I could then reinstall the fender, wrap it on the car, and reinstall the trim, but I think I may as well just wrap it with the fender off the car already. So without any further ado, I'm gonna get into removing this fender. So we've got one 10mm right under here, and then we've got another 10mm all the way at the back of the fender there. So I'm gonna pull those two out and we'll move up to the top of the fender. We've got another 10mm hidden just up here. Open the door a little bit and access it from inside, but there's that one. Then after removing this little rubber trim piece, we have 1, 2, and 3 fasteners on the top of the fender. And with the removal of all of those, oh, almost forgot, we have 8mm fasteners going into through the bumper into the fender right here. And now with that, we should be able to remove the fender. I'm gonna put the camera down. I don't wanna damage anything. All right, passenger fender is off. Now I'm gonna repeat the same thing over on the driver's side. All right, so we've relocated to the basement, which has become really cramped down here, but still have enough room to work. I'm gonna be bringing everything and pretty much everything I can down here into the basement. Don't know about the doors. Might bring them down here. We'll see how this goes. But I figure it's a lot cleaner down here than our old barn, which constantly has dust floating around, stuff coming down from the floorboards, and not to mention all the pollen that might be seeping its way in through the windows and whatnot. So no real moving air down here. It's a lot cleaner and seems like a better work area for me. So here's my setup. Got a moving blanket for our panels to sit on. Got my gallon of 70% isopropyl alcohol that I had to order. I'll go through all my tools that I ordered for this job in just a second. Bunch of clean microfibers. Have an empty Windex bottle that I've washed out for the isopropyl alcohol. And then, as I told you, I wasn't really sure about wrapping the fenders off of the car because they're free to move around. So here's what I've rigged up. This is definitely a first in the wrapping world, I'm sure, but we've got 2 sawhorses. I've weighted them down with, I don't know, 40, 50-pound sandbags, or excuse me, salt bags for whatever our water setup is. And then I have the fender here on top. Obviously it wouldn't sit by itself, so I cut out a couple pieces of thin plywood, grab myself some self-tapping screws, and I just like hand tightened these into place in that screw hole and this top screw hole on the fender, and that's keeping it in place really well. The back edge I didn't really want to secure just because that would get a little weird. I guess actually I'm probably gonna grab a zip tie. I can zip tie this edge down around the 2x4, and then we'll have the entire fender secured, which will allow us to pull up the vinyl and readjust it without the fender just falling off. And with that, yeah, this fender's not going anywhere. Really well secured. All right, so now let's take a second and go over the tools I picked out for this job. I talked to a lot of people who have done a lot of wrapping, some who own their own vinyl wrapping businesses. I was recommended this ghost glove, got it from Metro Restyling along with my vinyl. Looks really good, and yeah, it's supposed to be a really good wrapping glove, so excited to try that out. Got some magnets here. Wow, those are strong. Jeez, those, oh my god, those are really strong. Got some magnets off of Amazon. Probably not really gonna be using this little satchel pouch that much down here. I might load it up and just use it down here, but mainly for when we're walking around the car, working on it. Gonna have all the tools I need right on my waist. And then I decided to get a 16-in-1 wrap sticks package deal here. So we've got a huge assortment of different wrap sticks. Oh wow, didn't even realize, but they're magnetic. Sweet. This is the Vivid 16-in-1 wrap stick combo. As you guys can see here, we have just an endless amount of different tools to work with here. So I'm excited to try that out. I didn't even know they were magnetic, so that's pretty huge. I got a 12-piece, just, you know, generic squeegee set. I prefer just to grab, you know, 16 of these guys. I believe they're 2 different stiffnesses, but yeah, I just grabbed a 12 pack of these. Don't really have to worry about switching out the felt on them. Once one goes, I can just toss it and don't have to worry about scratching anything. I have some design line knifeless tape. I also got finish line and whatever the try line is. That's over with the vinyl. One of the most important tools, I decided for my blade to go with the Vivid Premium Precision Cutter. These look like a really good knife. Christian at CK Wraps uses these. I'm excited to try these out. It's cheap just to get a 3-pack, so yeah. So that's pretty much everything I got. I obviously also got that isopropyl alcohol. Christian from CK Wraps again, he recommends a 70% isopropyl alcohol, 30% water mix. Anything more, he says, just evaporates really quickly. So yeah, that's everything we've got here. As always, I'll have links to everything I'm using down in the description below, so be sure to go check those out. And without any further ado, let's jump into wrapping this fender. Well, actually, before we start wrapping, I don't think I've showed you guys the vinyl I picked out. And yes, I have a little brother who's an absolute golf fanatic, so that's why we've got all that stuff here. Here's the other knifeless I was talking about. So I have the precision line and wait, I should have some tri line somewhere, but anyways, I have finish line and precision line, and the moment you've all been waiting for, went with the Avery Gloss Gray, which is essentially Nardo. We have some, I believe it's Elite Cumulus Camo from Metro Restyling. This is the winter camo theme, gloss, and then I have some gloss cardinal red. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna mix that in, but I do plan to mix some red in. But just for this fender, we're gonna be grabbing the gloss gray, and yeah. Another perk of working down here is we can just screw this roll right into the ground. Alright, so I've more or less just glassed this panel out, as you can see, without applying any heat. I don't know why my camera's like, there we go, that was a little weird. So I've more or less glassed it out, basically without applying any heat from the heat gun. I've just manipulated it into the basic shape of the fender here, getting it around most of the edges that I can. We still got to do some adjusting here. I think these LED lights are screwing with my camera, but anyways, I'm gonna go around the edges, trim off all this excess. As you guys saw earlier, I had a lot of excess on this. I gotta be a bit better about measuring out before and only, you know, using what I need so we don't blow through all this vinyl. But yeah, I think it's going well. I definitely had a bit of an oh shit moment there at the beginning. It definitely looks a lot easier on camera, I'm not gonna lie. Christian at CK Wraps makes it look really easy, but I've watched a lot of his videos and I think I can pull this off. So I'm gonna keep working at it and I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, so somewhat amazingly here, I've made it all the way to this point with no heat. This Avery film is really doing a good job of cooperating. It's been really forgiving so far. And I probably wouldn't even have to apply any heat right here if I didn't make the mistake of trimming so close on this edge. I am learning, of course, should not have trimmed that close, because if I didn't, I would have been able to work the material more this way, but unfortunately that would shift this edge that way, and that wouldn't work out too well. So I am gonna have to apply some heat here, work out this extra material, but yeah, it's coming along really nicely. All right, so with just a little bit of heat from the heat gun, worked that out, no problem. It really wasn't a big deal. So I'm now gonna go around the entire edge. Probably gonna make some relief cuts in the corners, but I'm gonna get these corners folded around. I'm gonna get the edges folded around, and part of the benefit of having the pieces off of the car, we can trim on the back side of the edge and not worry whatsoever about damaging the clear coat or making any scratches at all that are going to be noticeable. So it'll definitely make trimming a lot easier. I'm going to work on getting the outside edges trimmed and folded around, and then we're going to address the grill slash trim area right here, which is indented, so we're going to have to apply heat and kind of sink this into place here. Alright folks, Went around all of my edges, trimmed them up. Looking really nice, as you can see. I'm really happy with how this is coming out. Kind of just laid down this excess here because why not, right? The one disadvantage to that is it could make removing the wrap a little bit more difficult, but I'm not really concerned about it. At this point, we're now going to apply some heat right here and kind of sink this down into place, and then we'll cut out our holes for the grills. Alright, so I got this all cut out. I folded these edges back and tucked them around the back. These I kind of just cut out. I'm not gonna obsess over them, they're fine. It's all gonna be covered by that trim piece, so let's bring it over there and put in the grills and see what it looks like. Oh man, I'm so excited to see this. Hopefully we don't have to pull these suckers back out again. Oh man, guys, look at this. Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked. Look at this fender. Whew. Damn. So quick recap. Original paint, sapphire black metallic, and fully wrapped fender in Avery gloss gray. Loving this look, guys. Oh my gosh, just looks awesome. And I love how the black contrasts with the light gray. It's gonna look so mint with all the carbon pieces contrasting with this lighter color. Oh, I cannot wait. So it's about 10 o'clock now. I'm probably gonna bang out the other fender really quick. This first one did take me quite a while. It took me about 2 hours, maybe more, I'm not really sure. I was really taking my time with it, and this is the first body panel I've ever wrapped. So it took me a while, definitely learned a couple things. I'm gonna move on to the next one, see if I can bang it out really quick tonight, and we're gonna resume tomorrow. Probably gonna do the hood tomorrow, but that'll be in a separate episode. I hope you guys are getting stoked for this Nardo Gray wrap. I think it looks great, and I cannot wait to see this project progress and see what it looks like on the car. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're excited, please go smash that like button. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on JD Cars.